since time immemorial, people have been getting up in the morning before sunrise to do their practice. Swamis, yogis, fakirs, monks, shamans. And this is an optimal time to do your practice. I think it's called Brahma Muhurta, that time of 3 a.m. to sunrise, where everything's quiet. Sattva guna is dominant in the atmosphere, and the Akash, the space, the air, is really auspicious because the rays of the sun are just beginning to come onto this part of the planet. Things are quiet. We have the capability to set our minds and our vibration to this same natural quality that is present in the morning. And if we're able to work with our body's energy and redirect it from the lower centers up into the chest and head, the pineal gland has a chance to become even more activated when the rays of the sun start to come onto the planet. And this was one of the main teachings of my teacher, Green Sufi. And man has become so disconnected with nature through the industrialization process, living in big cities. And when we become disconnected from nature, this is often the root of it, and that our bodies and our minds become disconnected. But doing our practice in the morning has the capability to unite the body and the brain, the mind and the body and the breath. And with the pranic energy brought up into the head through breath, bandhas, and attention, prana flows where our attention goes, we say. And so bringing that energy up into your head, and then the morning sun starts to come and serotonin is secreted. This is like a natural antidepressant in which is very blissful, and it connects us into the diurnal cycle of light and dark, really connects us to the planet in a microcosmic way. And this, I think, is fantastic. And my teacher, Green Sufi, said that this is the missing link. This is the missing link for the West as a whole to understand. This is the next stage of yoga, he would always tell me. People are doing the asana, but not necessarily connecting all the hardware that we have been given. And so, in the courses that I teach, I encourage these morning meditations. I call it the internal sunrise meditation. It's quite simple. There's a short article on my website that I've talked about it, and it's basically based on the principle that prana flows where our attention goes, and we spend a certain amount of breaths at each chakra, helping to redistribute our pranic energy from the lower centers where most of the energy is when we wake up, to redistribute it throughout our system, which is basically one of the main intentions of Ashtanga Yoga with the breath and the bandhas, is to bring the energy up, Uddiyana Bandha, flying upwards, so that we're not just seeing the world and interacting with the world and making all our decisions from down here in the lower instinctive and reproductive centers, but more of the higher communicative aspects of our human and divine nature, and awakening higher centers in the brain. Scientists say that the average human being is only using 10% of their brain. Okay? And yoga is so much about saving our energy, making our batteries strong, so that we can turn all the lights on. So with Hatha Yoga, we clean the body and the nadis, we learn how to work with our energy, save our energy, not doing too much, brahmacharya, not working too much, not talking too much, so that we have the energy to turn all the lights on. And it's said that each of these chakras are associated with a different area in the brain. And swamis, monks, people that have been doing yoga meditating daily for 50 years. They test them in laboratories these days, and they notice that more than 10% of their brain is working because they've saved their energy, learned how to redirect it, and awaken themselves. And so this whole process of the internal sunrise, saving your energy, is perhaps this missing link, this next stage of yoga. And so that's what I do, and I try to show that to other people and have them experience it. Not just tell them about it, but have them experience so that they begin to find value in it and incorporate it into their daily routine. Yeah.